Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's the Savings Sayang. Um and I'm sorry that I haven't been posting very regularly. I had aimed to when I started to post a video at least once every 2 weeks. But the end of August going into the start of September has actually been a very hectic and busy time for me. There was a lot of unexpected things, very tragic things that happened. So, kind of threw me out of a loop, I guess you can say, and I didn't really get the chance to do other things. And I think as a result, also of the way that I was feeling, my finances haven't been looking too well. So I'm a bit embarrassed to talk about last month, but I will in my cash stuffing video when I finally get around to it. But let's keep things simple and make coming back a little bit easier by just doing a come budget with me, okay? So if you've noticed, my setup is a bit different now because I don't have the printed template. Um, Part of the reason why I didn't print it out was because I just thought it's a bit of a waste of paper, and I also kind of don't want to make myself feel bad about not coming back and filling out the different sections, because I do that on my Excel sheet online as I'm tracking, throughout the week. Last month I wanted to try not tracking things, and that was a big mistake. So, I'll talk about that a little bit more later in my cash stuffing video, okay? So let's start with the planning. So for the month of September, I'm supposed to get income. I'm supposed to actually get $2,874 each month. But this month I got less than that because so one of the things that happened was that I got an accident. Not very serious one, it was really very minor, but I still had to go to A&E for it. And I so obviously in Singapore A&E is kind of expensive. It's about $100-ish or so. But the organization that I work for has a very good insurance plan or medical coverage. So I actually didn't have to pay very much. I didn't have to pay anything up front when I was there. But and then part of like the amount that I have to cover is what's the word I'm looking for, is deducted from my salary. That's what I was trying to say. So my take home income is supposed to be this much, but this month I received give me a second. I received only sorry you guys, getting back into this, just a bit bird brained. Everything's all over the place. Yes, I received 2,854 dollars and 80 cents, because this was after subtracting only $19. Oops. $19.20 for medical. I actually wanted to write I actually wanted to write this bit under here to give the actual, but then I kind of jumped the gun and started writing what I actually got. So I'm sorry. But we'll we'll keep going. um, yes. So then, I from here I have my usual categories of bills. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, bills. So I have PT. And PT this month is a lot lower than usual because so I referred two of my friends to my PT to do training with her. And they joined and they started doing it regularly. So she's given me like a 50% discount for 2 sessions per whoever I refer to her and who successfully signed up. So I get 4 sessions for 50% off. So it's really nice because this month I will only need to set aside $241.90, and this includes the 50% off sessions plus the booking fee for the gym pod that I use. Then I have my sports massage, and that is going to cost me 200 this month. So I break up my sports massage payments into over a couple of months, which my therapist is very flexible about, and I'm really grateful for him for that. And he very nicely developed a plan for me so to make it a bit more affordable, because I've been going to for sports massage with him for like a couple of years, I think since 2019, so almost 3 years actually. um and it was starting to get really difficult for both of us to manage, because I would go for weekly sessions, and I think he's got a lot more projects coming up, because many more gyms are trying to figure out ways to stay open, and offering therapy is one of those ways that they can offer services, right, even without having to close. So that's what he's trying to do. So he developed a special package for me just because I won't be attached to any of these projects, which is nice of him to do. Then the next thing that I have, come on, focus please, is taxes. Taxes are my regular $62.37. And this has already been deducted from like the savings that I had previously. Gets deducted on, I think, the 2nd or the 6th of every month. I can't remember which. But if it fails the first time, then it will get deducted on the 21st. And I think because I finally have like some money in my bank account, that it deducts earlier than normal. And then I have my NTUC. I switched the accounts for the deduction. Oh my god, my handwriting is so ugly. I'm so sorry. I switched bank accounts for the deduction because they do it by gyro. And I think because I did that, the money for last month didn't get deducted. So this month I'm just budgeting 18 in case they deduct that one lump sum, and this $9 is sort of like a rollover. So those are my bills, and this adds up to $522.27. Then let's do my debt first. I think that's a lot easier. Does anyone else write slanted? Like I can't, like it's so hard for me to write straight. So like I'm trying so hard to make sure that it's flat for you all to see clearly, but oh my god, it's so much harder than it should be, right? Okay, anyway, under debt I have my student loan. And that's the standard $650 each month. And then for my credit card, I have so what I did last month was that I would use my credit card to pay for things, and then I just take away from my cash envelope and I would put it aside to deposit into my bank account, so that way I can just pay the credit card back. And the reason why I started doing this is because like I still have a couple of installment payments on my credit card, right? For like the stuff that I bought for my room, and then also a couple of other things. And then I figured since I'm already paying these off and I pay them off monthly, I might as well just you know earn the miles before I finish paying off those installments. in this economy, I have a credit card that it helps me earn miles, which is the most useless thing. So I'm planning on canceling that credit card after I finish paying off the installments. So I figured in the meantime, then I just might as well, like earn the miles as I have it. So this month I'm going to put in $342.56 for my credit card, and then this is a total of $992.56. Okay, then let's go into my envelope, since I have a bit of space at the bottom here before I go into my sinking funds. So in terms of my envelopes, I have EasyLink, meals, and then dates. Sorry if you can hear my dad yelling at my brothers in the background. So EasyLink costs I'll budget $80. I've already actually topped up $50 for it because I needed, like, I was down to like $3. Then for meals out, I've budgeted $50 because I don't want to go out too much. Then for dates this month, I've budgeted only $190. So this this is obviously split between date night meals and date night activities. And I do my best to keep the two separate. But for just this purpose, I'll keep them together because at the end of the day, it actually doesn't matter. And sometimes, like, we don't do anything with the date night activity, so I use that money for meals instead. So in total, I have 320 budgeted for envelopes. And then let's move over to the next page for my sinking funds. Can you see it? Oh my god. Forgive me. Come on. Focus on my hand. Focus on the page. There we go. Okay, forgive me. I'm using my tab to record the video. And it's just, whew. I've been meaning to buy a tripod for my tablet, but then at the other end of it, I also am thinking like it will take up a bit too much space, and I don't have a lot of space right now for storage and things. So it's and also because my table has a lot of like, I use it for studying, I use it for working, I use it for like my beauty. So and it's not a very long table, so it's a bit hard to keep my tripod on here too if I were to get it. Okay, anyway, going to sinking funds. I'm not going to write down everything because not I'm not going to write down everything because I'm not like, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not stuffing all of my envelopes. So let's just do the regular ones, okay? So I have my future building fund, which I basically add money to along with my boyfriend. This is for us to get married, and we are making quite a lot of deductions from it this month because we're getting engaged at the end of the month, which is really nice. So a lot of money from this has been going into paying for things for our engagement. And then because we're Malay, so we have something called dulangs, which just means trees, but these basically get these trays basically are like gifts that you exchange. So the boy side of the family will have gifts for the girl side and then vice versa. So we've been trying to prepare those. And they get quite expensive. I mean, they can be very cheap actually. It's just like sourcing for some of the things can be a bit. Anyway, next section, savings. I'll be putting in $360.34, which is my regular amount for my endowment plan. I'm going to put medical because that was already deducted and I just wanted to keep things consistent. I know I wrote it here, but I just wanted to remind myself that this got in. Then we have the extra envelope for my boyfriend and me, and I'm putting $170, and that's for his birthday that's coming up in November. I would like to treat him to a nice meal. I'd also like to treat myself to a nice meal, let's be honest. For the kids, and then birthdays gets $50. Birthdays, then we have celebrations. This is gonna get 10. So if you watch my previous videos, you know my friend is getting married in October and I have money set aside for her. And then I planned to give her 150, and this was supposed to be for that, but I already had $10 that I set aside for Christmas, so I'll just lump that original Christmas money with her money for her ang pao, and then this $10 will be for Christmas, so it doesn't actually make a huge difference. Then emergency is getting $20. My 3 to 6 months, also $20. My student loan, finally started stuffing that one. I'm going to start accruing for that, so that's getting $5. And then miscellaneous is getting 33 because my friend's fiance, he started my friend's fiance started his own home-based business where he sells banana cakes, and I want to support him in that. So I'm gonna buy a cake and then get it delivered because they live on the opposite end of the island, so I'm definitely not going to take public transport for that. So adding all of this up is going to be 450 plus 360.34 plus 120 plus 170 plus 50 plus 10 plus 20 plus 20 plus 5 plus 33 is going to be 1137.54. So that's how much I will be. Oops, I realized you can't see it. That's how much I will be stuffing for all of these things. Let me zoom out. Yeah, for all of these things. This is gonna be made. This is gonna be paid digitally using PayNow, which for anybody coming from the US is like Venmo. But we don't use like handles. We use people's phone numbers. Yeah, so that's how much is going to be stuffed. So if you come into my cash stuffing video, you're going to see this minus this because this is all digital, minus this because this is digital, minus this because this is already done, and then you'll see some of the funds from my envelopes getting stuffed as well. Okay. Yeah, so that's how much is going to happen. That's where my money is going. I know if you add these 4 categories up, it does not sum up to this, and that is because part of this is coming from rollover and part of this is coming from rollover, but I'm not taking that into account. Okay, so big picture shot if y'all want to see it. And then that's all. Thanks for watching my video.